Hello! Today we're here to talk about a game that I got recently to review from an indie developer called Land of Mushrooms. It's basically Tetris with mushrooms. It's quite fun. So for this video, I'm not really going to use my VTuber model as much, just because you have to see the whole screen for the game. So, on we go! So Land of Mushrooms is an indie game that just recently came out by the indie developer Source by Zoo. And basically you have to combine mushrooms to make them bigger mushrooms and earn more points by making them bigger mushrooms. Now, if they overflow out of the cup, then it is complete and utter game over, basically. So it's just like, oh no, game over. So you gotta make sure that you don't end up with them overflowing the cup. That way you can try to get the highest score possible. I'm on the monthly leaderboard right now for both my Switch and Steam. Right now what I'm showing you is the Steam version. Originally, I was given the Switch version, and then they were like, hey, here's also the Steam version, and you can decide to review it once you've played it. So I've spent the last couple days playing both, and they're both really good. They both look graphically amazing. I like all the art that is on here. I love the designs of the mushrooms. They're really cute, very cottagecore. I love the hedgehog in the background. He's so cute. So I don't really have any complaints about it. The mechanics are really good. I will say it is a lot easier to control on the Nintendo Switch than it is on PC. You have your WASD keys for the PC and then space to drop them, but it's not as responsive as the Switch controller when you use a keyboard. So keep that in mind. There is a little bit of a delay, but again, that is something that can be improved in a further update. It also might be faster depending on what kind of keyboard you have, as I know some keyboards have a little bit more input delay than others, so it may vary. That's the only nitpick I really have. The mushrooms come very quickly. It's not like you're sitting there waiting forever for another mushroom. As soon as you drop a mushroom, the next one generates, and you can decide where to put it. So, like I said, surprisingly, that is the only really critique I have, is of the keyboard controls. It's very well built. It's not buggy. They did really well, especially for having a small team as a developer. Also, puzzle games are like really hit or miss. So I'm really glad that this one is not a miss, because I also love adorable mushrooms. Now, in the future, there are new things coming, which I will mention next. There's the sweet classic mushrooms, which are mushrooms that look like organic, natural mushrooms. There's new game modes, small mode, where the mushrooms are even smaller, and they make it easier to have longer gameplay, and you can just stack them and stack them and stack them. I think they have a really good layout of what they're going to do with the DLC going forward. And I think they have a really good roadmap as to, okay, these are the kind of things we could add. Which is a really good thing when it comes to an indie developer, especially because then they know how to delegate their funds and where things are going, which will make it easier to have consistent content releases and not a whole lot of setbacks. Now, The game is available, like I said, on Steam and Switch. It is available on Switch for $2.49 right now and $1.79 on Steam. So, if you only have like $1 to spare, get the Steam version. However, if you have $5 to spare, get both. Support an indie developer, that way they can continue to make great games like this, as they really have a good idea and a grasp on puzzle games and what they're doing, and I hope to see a lot more.